Hey everyone, hope you're all doing okay. It's been a while since I put one of these out, but I felt like it was time. And so as always, I just kind of move where the movement takes me. So first I'm just gonna offer something visual. This is holding. This is also holding. This is also holding. All of those are holding. Which feels best to the heart? Which feels best? I think we can all intrinsically feel that. Palpable, very palpable, that visual. I think ideally we'd all like to be thinking that we offer this kind of love, where the love feels so free. It has the ability to move about or appear to move about in that freedom and know that it can return to this love. When this is what's happening, that can't even remotely be experienced. And the only thing that can permeate and survive in this is fear. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. There's no room for expansion. There's no room for growth. There's not even the opportunity to get out of a comfort zone because this cage is so tight. Moving and evolving to this is a process of undoing everything that's made us believe that love looks like this. And the gift is that it only takes one to do this, and that one is you. This is where openness and opportunity starts to thrive, where these openings start to happen, where this gets to start to feel it and know itself and remember its truth. A dear friend recently sent me a beautiful quote about the lotus, no mud, no lotus. Found the hoodie for it and sent that to me as well. And the gift in that is just recognizing that even if this is the starting place of what we believe love to be, as long as there's a willingness and awareness to notice that this is not love. This is control. It's fear-based. It's lacking trust in others, in self. I must clasp you to believe you are mine. I must control you to believe that this is love. I must demand and expect from you to know that I'm worthy. Nothing about that feels loving. Nothing. So that awareness kicks in that this is not me. This is not my truth. Then the universe starts to send us other experiences to open us up to what real love looks like. There's no coincidence in the way that this happens. All of a sudden, the universe and God conspire in our favor and start to deliver new characters and new character lines to get us to perhaps fathom what this could be like. And at this stage, we can't even fathom that this is a possibility, and that's okay too. Just the willingness to get here, the mud will get in. The lotus will open. This can be experienced in its richness, in its fullness, boundless aliveness without condition, without expectation, without control, without demand. That's a good one. God is love. God is fully loving. Anything that leads us to believe otherwise is data from here. It's data from here that's old data. It's data from here that needs to be flushed out. The separation from this to this is only a few inches, but it can be lifetimes. Lifetimes, until that willingness to start to question the space in between. How do we know this isn't what we're meant to have? Nothing about it feels good. The whole body will tell you. First, it'll start with resentment, loneliness, depression, anxiety, need to run away from things that feel better, run towards things that recreate the same experience. All of those things can be going on. But the same underlying current is, I don't feel good in my body, and I'm going to do anything I can to escape this. I'm going to fill it with something else. Food, alcohol, drugs, sex, porn. There's so many things that people will fill that gap with to avoid looking at this. Until that willingness just really starts to amazingly percolate within, then there's this slow and subtle shift to this, where there's some promise, there's cracks, and there's possibility. And then life really gets in with momentum so that this can be truly known. So there's been a lot of thought about this lately, guys, with the COVID and just the separation and everyone in fear and so many who are in promise. And I just want to say that it's okay to fluctuate between the two. That's human and normal, to have days where you feel like, I've got this. I trust. I know I'm okay. I know the beloved is holding me and I feel safe and I feel like I can trust this next movement. And then the next day waking to what feels like impending doom and fear again. As long as the willingness remains present, that there's the possibility that this is real, and I promise you guys it is. I promise you. Then this is all that will ever be known. And you'll spend your whole 60, 80, 90, 100 years in this suit where you're meant to know love at just unfathomable levels, never getting to experience this fully. We're conditioned to believe so many things, but right here and right now is the moment that's calling you, because there's no coincidence you're watching this, to question those beliefs, to question those things that say this is all I can ever know, or this is better than that, so I'm just going to stay here because I'm not going to risk going back to that. Milo agreed with that very strongly. There is an opportunity. There's always an opportunity as long as there's willingness. All I ask is that you keep that internal knowingness, that internal GPS that's calling you towards the mud. where we got to get dirty. We got to get grungy. We got to let the work do itself. We got to let it get in and pull this murky stuff up. And no, it doesn't always feel good, guys. It doesn't. There is tremendous writhing and pain and suffering that's experienced because there's such an attachment to the belief that we are that, until there's not. And that can all lift up and come out. God will send you the angels. They're showing up in your story every day. You may not notice them. Milo comes up right as I'm telling that. Right? Are you one of the angels? Yeah? Do you want to come say hi? Come here. Come here. Oh, there he is. There's the Milo. Here's one of the angels that always shows up to remind us that we're loved. Right? Yeah. Loved. Loved unconditionally. Just like a dog loves us. Unconditional love. No licking, no. Okay? Okay? When there is a willingness, oh, trust me, that light can get in there. When there is, I'm not worthy, I'm afraid if I make this jump, I could get in a worse situation than what I was in, or life might not support me in that, or it's just not feasible, or I've worked so hard to have this, what if I lose all of this to even explore that? You never know. The story could be so much better, so much more beautiful. When this can just thrive, just thrive. The other partner comes in and sits beside you because they're also whole. They don't need you to complete them. They don't need to control you. They don't need to own you. And there doesn't need to be this going on where that battle goes back and forth. Unconditional love is so unconditional. It even loves when it's not loving. Until next time, much love to you all.